Raptors back from the All-Star break and put up quite a fight, but in the end, the clutch moments kind of let the Raptors down a little bit. But for a game where the Raptors may be starting the tank for the rest of the season, this is probably what we're looking for. So let's break down everything that we saw in tonight's post-game show. And yes, I do agree with Blue Week. This is grade A ethical tanking. Late push, send it to overtime, and then they kind of let themselves down there. Overtime, the way overtime went kind of reminded me of how the first quarter went, where the Raptors kind of put themselves in a little bit of a hole and just got slightly overpowered by Miami's defense. But if you enjoy the post-game show, hit the like button. If you enjoy the content, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for content like this for pretty much every Raptors game. So tough start for the Raptors in this one. First quarter, kind of felt the effects of Miami's defense. David Mitchell, we know how good of a defender he is. Andrew Wiggins is a good defender. Bam Adebayo is an elite defender. Khalil Ware is a good defender. There just wasn't much space for the Raptors to maneuver and get points. Tough matchups everywhere. RJ wants to get to the rim. Andrew Wiggins a tough assignment. Then he gets to the rim, and Khalil Ware and Bam Adebayo are there. Barnes was struggling in the early phases, and Quickley was kind of the guy bringing the energy, especially when Scotty Barnes went down with an ankle injury. And we are debating how long he was going to be out with that ankle injury when 5 minutes later he came back into the game. And overall, like another one of those inefficient games for Barnes. Barrett, despite his first half struggles, 6 points at half, was tremendous in the end. But it's just they put themselves in a little bit of a hole there. Had a great second half. That's what changed the game. Fantastic second half for the Raptors here, led by Quickley, led by Barrett. Quickley, 6 first half points, finishes the game with 29, 11 of 17, 4 of 6 from 3. Fantastic stuff. Quickley, 8 of 21, 5 of 11, 23 points, 7 rebounds. I think he had 6 rebounds in the first half. Brought a ton of energy. When the Raptors needed it and they needed somebody to help keep them in the game when they were down 11 after 1, Immanuel Quickley was the guy doing that. Grady Dick had a good second half as well. He was struggling to make shots in the first half, but better second half. He was a point away from a double-double. He did get 10 rebounds, amazingly, but didn't get to the 10 points. Robinson did okay. Honestly, in the end, good minutes for Robinson. He was like minus 12 at halftime, ends the game plus 2. So good minutes from him in the end, filling in that starter role to try and deal with the size of Khalil Ware. But yeah, just another pretty inefficient one from Barnes, 4 of 12, 13 points. For Barnes, he's obviously going to be the focus here, and also he struggled in OT where the Raptors were outscored 13-4 in that overtime period. I did like his demeanor a bit more today. He was settling for mid-range shots less. Like, he was using the mid-range shot when he needed to, when he was spinning off after backing a player down, and that was good shots coming from it. He was getting to the rim more, but a lot of those chances go begging. Even one, the Raptors' last possession of regulation, he gets to the rim, has a decent look, and it's just one that a player of his caliber and ability, that's one he's just got to score that he would definitely want back. But Raptors did a great job forcing it to overtime. Good minutes came off the bench. Abaji did well, defensively. Jamal Shed was awesome in his minutes once again, showcasing why the Raptors wanted to give him more minutes second half of the season. Walter played well. Tough one from Boucher, 0 of 5. He's just struggled since the All-Star break. Mobo also struggled a little bit with the matchups here. But overall, solid performance. It took Tyler Hero hitting everything, like 2 hands up, jumping in his face, and he would hit a deep 3, hit every shot in mid-range. Mitchell, for some reason, couldn't miss in the first half, so he gets 16, of course. Bam had 6 points in overtime. Wiggins played really well, 25 points. It was a good contest. And in the grand scheme of things, the outlook on the season, it's probably pretty good to have a game like this where you competed well, you fought back well, the team showed a lot of heart, a lot of character, and you come up short. That's going to just help with the tank, which I said on the main channel video today is probably the best thing for this team going forward. That shouldn't be a crazy take. Raptors didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but they shot the 3 ball well. They were 42% of the field, but they shot the three ball well, and that was the savior for them today. Turnovers cost them early. They had 7, I think, first quarter turnovers, only 7 for the rest of the game, including overtime. So yeah, they put themselves in a hole. They fought back well. They had played a good game, but we opened up by saying this was an ethical tank for the team. So how far can that ethical tank go? Well, we look at the schedule here. Tough couple of games, tough few games here. They're at home against Phoenix and Boston, then away at Indiana. But then it really becomes an easy schedule. Chicago, Orlando twice, Utah, Washington twice, Philadelphia, then Utah again, Portland. There's going to be wins there. Like, the Raptors have the easiest strength of schedule remaining in the NBA. So there are going to be wins there. So, on the outlook of the season, look how, way easier their schedule than everybody else. Way easier than everybody else. For the outlook of the season, losses like this are probably going to be pretty beneficial because I don't think Toronto's getting any lower than the bottom 5. They are not going to catch Charlotte. They are definitely not going to catch Utah, New Orleans, Washington at this rate. I really don't think so. Brooklyn are going to try and lose some games. Chicago's going to try and lose some games. I'm wondering if Philly just pull the plug because their pick is protected 1 through 6. They try and do that, Atlanta's going to try and lose some games. San Antonio's going to try and lose some games, but they're probably too far back. But I don't think Raptors are going any worse than this. So it's okay to lose a game like this. I think the players will be a little bit distraught by that. I think they'll kind of feel they let themselves down a little bit in overtime. And look, they're 17 and 39. It's got to take a little bit of a toll on them losing all these games. But there's still quite a lot of positives that they can and should be taking away from a game like this. And hopefully, they can keep the spirits up, keep the energy up, and keep on performing admirably like this for the rest of the way. And if they do, even if the Raptors struggling, not winning games, they're tanking. There's still some stuff to take. There's still some good stuff to take away from the rest of the season, and I think there's still some good stuff for the players to take away for the rest of the season. But we'll grind it out. We'll grind it out. They may win too many because of the schedule, but we'll grind it out. Whatever it is, we'll get our draft pick, and we will see if the lottery gods are, in the end, going to treat us well. So that will do it. Friday Night Hoops. We had some fun. We'll be back for some Sunday Night Hoops as well, as the Raptors will be hosting the Phoenix Suns. Interesting matchup. Interesting players of the team. We'll see how it goes. We'll be covering it all. Drop a like if you enjoyed this one. Subscribe. Keep up to date with all the content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of the content. And shop the merch with the link in the description. I will see you again on the next one.